Hi everyone, Simon Morell here. Hope everyone had a great 2024 and as we come to Christmas and the end of the year, we're all looking forward to 2025. If you know me, you'll know my story. If you don't, a quick introduction. For many years, I was as a young child, a teenager and a young man, I was very badly bullied, violently beaten. I was abused non-sexually, so much so that all this trauma I had came together and it manifested itself in something called agoraphobia. Some people thought that meant I was afraid of spiders. It doesn't. Agoraphobia comes from the Greek for fear of the marketplace. It basically meant I was afraid to go out of my house. I was afraid of the outdoors. Now it came to a head in pretty much a couple of weeks, or years and years of trauma all came together and hit me in a couple of weeks. And I looked out the window one day and I thought, I don't want to be out there anymore. There was nothing actually physically out there. There was nobody waiting to beat me up. There was no catastrophe waiting to happen. I just didn't want to go outside anymore. And so for many weeks I stayed inside until then my girlfriend, now my wife, the lovely Julie, she persuaded me to get outside and get some fresh air. Our nearest shop was 100 yards away. It may as well have been an ocean away, okay? I didn't want to go to the shop. I didn't want to go and buy a bar of chocolate. I didn't want to go and get a newspaper, okay? It may as well have been an ocean away. So I looked down our road and I saw the shop, and that was my first big fear. To you guys, that's nothing, walking to the shop. Walking that 100 yards to me was massive, so much so that fear caused my legs to shake. There's a great saying, jelly legs, shaky legs will get you there if you let them. So I gave it a go and I went to the shop and I faced my big fear, and my big reward for that was a Mars bar. Son Judy said, how about we go for a drink? Okay, I hadn't stepped in a pub or a cafe for many weeks, many months. So we went for a drink, went to the pub on the understanding I could stand by the door, because my body was in constant fight or flight, which, as we all know, is to escape. Yeah. So standing by the door meant I could get out if I needed to. There was no fight in the pub. There was no fire. There was no emergency. There was no catastrophe. Just my brain was in overdrive. Sorry, my fear was in overdrive, and my brain was telling me you need to get out if you can. But I went to the pub. And it was all right. We got to see friends and we socialised. And my big reward was a nice cold pint of beer, and so I faced that big fear. And the fears got bigger and bigger as I grew, but of course so did the rewards. I started martial arts again, and I was very lucky that the instructor understood what I was going through, emphasised with me, and I was able to take part in the class as long as I could stand by the door. And again, that was fight or flight. And that was a big fear for me, a massive fear was starting martial arts again. Being in a room with people was starting martial arts again. Now, if you've ever been to North Wales, there's a hill that leads from the Rill area over into to the English borders. The hill's called the Rialp Hill. I didn't go over the Rialp Hill into England for many years, because I thought there was witches on the other side of that hill. Not real witches, imaginary witches, and witches in the form of something could go wrong, someone could hurt me, someone could do this, that could happen, this could happen, okay? So I just didn't bother going, okay? I stayed in my own comfort zone. I thought I'd face all my big fears in going to the shop and going to the pub and taking up martial arts. I'd conquered my big fears, but I realised there was something else out there. If I could do martial arts, I can get a black belt. Now the black belt, I put myself in for a black belt under Alfie Lewis. It took place in Manchester, so of course I had to go over the hill, past the witches, give them a little wave as I went. So doing my black belt was a massive big fear, but I did it, and I did okay at it, and so I opened my own club. So from the big fear of going to the shop, I'm now a black belt and I run my own club, and I'm speaking in public. And my God, once I learned to speak, you couldn't shut me up. So I'm now a public speaker, okay? In 2025, I'm hitting the public speaking network circuits. So going back slightly, okay, once I opened my own club, somebody suggested I write. So I wrote an article, and that was a big fear for me, okay? You know, was I good enough to get published? And the article was published in 2 months of me writing it, and it was called Fear, the Friend of Exceptional People. Fear, false evidence appearing real. And so it got put into a national magazine, and I got letters, and I got accolades from around the world, people who'd read it. That was another big reward. So then the biggest step, the biggest fear by now, was someone said, if you can write an article, you can write a book. And so I wrote From Boys to Black Belts, and that just went wild, beyond our wildest dreams. That sold throughout the world. People started talking about a film. We were on the BBC, we were in the New York Post, we were in the Huffington Post, the Vancouver Sun, the Daily Mirror, the Daily Mail. And so that big fear, you know, the biggest fear I had to date was writing the book, and the reward was just fantastic. So of course the next thing now, a lot of you know, is my next big fear is to get it made into a film. It's been scripted, we've had a few near misses. We do believe it will get made in 2025. If it doesn't get made in 2025, it will get made in 2026. If it doesn't get made in 2026, it will get made in 2027. Because there's one thing all these big fears have taught me, it's to never give up. So Judy and I have got the same milk, we never give up, all right? So I want you to realise that whatever battles you're facing, go into the shop, buying a Mars bar, fighting in the cage, writing a book, appearing on television, small fears, big fears, whatever it is, big fears are good for you, okay? You just have to let them be, you have to work at them, don't let them overwhelm you, and I promise you, I know it's easier said than done, but it can be done, we are living proof of it. So go into 2025, all right, be positive, face your big fears, achieve what you want to achieve. If you think I can help in any way, I'm at info@simonrell.com. I love helping people because I've had help myself off some brilliant people. So I'll finish there, all right, remember, jelly eggs will get you there if you let them. Face your big fears, because the big fears bring big rewards. All right, God bless you all, whoever your God is, and take care. See you next year.